So Apostle, yeah, and they see the writing on the wall. GG. Hello YouTube, I welcome this fine day. Today we are going to have a look at Jerren Corrupted Bishop in Historic Brawl. This deck aims to win by playing 6 Shadowborn Apostles, activating the activated ability, fetching out a Razaketh, the Foulblooded from the deck, and comboing off. So, there are basically only 3 pieces for this. The first one is the commander, Jerren Corrupted Bishop. And Jerren Corrupted Bishop, I'm just going to read the relevant text. The card has a lot of text and like transform it, but you only really care about one line here. 3 mana, 2/3 legendary creature, human cleric, and whenever Jerren Corrupted Bishop enters the battlefield or another non-token human you control dies, you lose 1 life and create a 1/1 white human creature token. So what this effectively does for you is that you just get access to a bunch of creatures, and those will come in pretty handy later on. So now the big card here in the deck, well, not the big one, the small cards, a lot of small cards, Shadowborn Apostles. 45 Shadowborn Apostles in the deck, because a deck can have any number of cards named Shadowborn Apostles in them. And then for 1 mana you can sacrifice 6 Shadowborn Apostles and search your library for a demon and put it into play. So what this does, with Jerren on the field, 6 Shadowborn Apostles die, and now you have 6 additional 1/1s to work with. You lose a bunch of lives, like, you lose a bunch of life in this combo, but, like, okay, aggro can be a bit tricky. And then the card you search for, Razaketh, the Foulblooded, an 8 mana, 8/8 flying trampler, and you can pay 2 life, sacrifice a creature, search your library for a card, put that card into your hand and shuffle. And you can see where we're going with this and why we want all those cards in our like on the field. Like, we would just want a large quantity of creatures on the field. So here is how the combo actually works. Jerren Corrupted Bishop, 6 Shadowborn Apostles, and 2 mana. That is all you need. For 1 mana, you are going to use your Shadowborn Apostles, and you are going to search a Razaketh. Now, you are going to have 6 tokens on the field. Well, usually 7 tokens, because when Jerren enters, he also creates a token, but for the sake of argument, like, it doesn't matter too much. You have 1 more mana. You're going to sacrifice 3 creatures to get 3 cards, and those 3 cards are Mox Amber, Dark Ritual, and Pitiless Plunderer. So Mox Amber Dark Ritual gives you, with the 1 additional mana, 4 mana for the Plunderer, and then you play the Plunderer. Now, whenever you sacrifice any creature, you're effectively gaining 1 mana. So now you sacrifice 1 more token, and then you are going to effectively search for a card. And if you now search for Apostles, each apostle you search gives you 1 additional life, because then they also die. But each of them is going to cost you 5 life. So what you're going to do is you are going to search a Blood Artist as quickly as possible. Then you are also going to search a Bastion of Remembrance. And now each creature you sacrifice with Razaketh isn't really like you're really not going down in life. You're losing 1 life for each apostle you sacrifice, because Jerren still makes you lose 1 life. So now you start looping that, and if at any point during the combo you start to run out of life, you can spend effectively 2 mana to get a bunch of life back. And the way this works is you're going to search for an Echoing Return. Now you return all the apostles from your graveyard to your hand, let's say 6 for this for the sake of argument, and then you're going to search a March of Wretched Sorrow, and now you effectively spend 2 mana to get at least like 6, maybe 7 if you have another black card in hand. Like you're going to exile all those black cards from the hand, and then you point it at something. You can just point it at one of your own creatures, you have enough, right? And then you deal damage to that creature, or Planeswalker in case of March of Wretched Sorrow, right? And you gain X life, and this is how you recoup all the life loss during the combo. Yes, if the opponent plays an aggro deck, you're kind of in trouble just because you're not going to have the life to combo off. Yes, if the opponent has a bunch of interaction, you're going to be pretty sad. And yes, if you draw the Razaketh, you're going to be pretty sad. But here's the big but. You're going to get to play the, in my opinion, only viable Shadowborn Apostles combo deck in Historic Brawl. And I think that is pretty cool. Shout out to the people on my Discord. One of them came up with this general idea and we just sat in the channel and we were just brewing. And this is basically what we came up with. We just wanted to reduce the amount of non-apostle, non-land cards in this deck. And you do need to draw more apostles than land. That's why the split is like 45 to 35. But you still need to draw 3 lands. The deck can win on turn 4 if you have a Phyrexian Tower, but it usually wins on turn 5 if you have if you draw your 6 Shadowborn Apostles, because you're going to 1, 2, and 3. You're going to deploy 6 Shadowborn Apostles. Then the Jerren on 4, and then on turn 5 you're going to activate and just go off. Yeah, this is basically Shadowborn Apostles in Historic Brawl. Hope you enjoyed the video, and let's do this. We are ready to play against Go Shintai of Life's Origin. And I believe this is a perfectly fine keep. On average, this will draw us 0.95 Shadowborn Apostles, so that's like basically in Shadowborn Apostle, like 0.9 Shadowborn Apostles, maybe something like that. Okay, Shadowborn Apostle, Sign of Blood on turn 2, Jerren on 3. Yeah, so Go Shintai of Life's Origin is the new Shrine Commander. That's the other like hype card from the set that people are really excited about. And basically, I wanted to build this, like, the deck is basically finished. I just need to tune the mana base. This is why this deck comes out today, and then tomorrow I will do the video on Go Shintai of Life's Origin. So we excuse me. Yeah, back to the game. It seems we have the turn 5 lethal, by the way. Yeah, but Go Shintai of Life's Origin is a creature that is also a shrine, so that really helps with your shrine triggers in a shrine deck. Also, I believe it was a mistake to drop Jerren here, as opposed to just dump out Shadowborn Apostles. The problem is if they have the shrine, that makes me discard a bunch of cards. I want to have my commander in the command zone, so I can't discard it from there, right? And then the Shadowborn Apostles in my hand are on the field, and I can't discard them that way as well. Okay. Ah yes, soundbug strikes again. I just have... Yeah, we just don't have... Yeah, some sounds are just cutting off. Okay. Go Shintai of Ancient Wars. That's to player or planeswalker. Okay. Sure, that doesn't kill my creatures, and that is absolutely fine. I believe they wanted to play the commander first here, potentially. This doesn't hit creatures. Yeah, okay. Now we just drop 4 Shadowborn Apostles. And then next turn, drop a Shadowborn Apostle and try to win the game. Also, we're not going to make our land drop because Razaketh can fetch for a... what's it called? Razaketh can fetch for a Phyrexian Tower, and we can make that as our land drop. Okay. And I believe we're at lethal here. Okay, so this is how it's going to go. Shadowborn Apostles, we sack our Apostles. So now we go for Razaketh. Jerren is going to deal us 6 damage in the process. And we are fetching Razaketh. Now we are going to sacrifice 1 creature for a Pitiless Plunderer. sacrifice another creature for a Dark Ritual. So this is the Dark Ritual. Play Dark Ritual. Play Plunderer. So you're seeing how low the life total gets here, right? So now we are getting Blood Artist. And now we are getting Phyrexian Tower for our mana. Where is the Phyrexian Tower? There it is. We want to play the Blood Artist of these beautiful, beautiful treasures. So get one more mana. We have a bunch of Shadowborn Apostles in the yard here. So now we search for a Bastion of Remembrance. Play the Bastion. Okay. Now the last piece of the puzzle here is that we search for a March. Okay. Yep, Blood Artist, trigger. So now we go for Echoing Return and March. Sacrifice a human, yep. That is fine. And you will see that if we start sacrificing a Shadowborn Apostle, we will go down to effectively what is 1 life for a brief amount of time. We can actually just search any black card here. And let's just let's just pay. I think that's fine. Pay. No, wait. 1, 2. Yes. Oh no. I just completely spaced out. We're supposed to Echoing Return first. Obviously. And then we count it up. 1, 2. So 4, that is 9 copies, I think. Yeah, we have 9 cards, and that's 10 life. So we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh wait, I just totally miscounted, and that's 19. That's how it works. So we kill this. We exile our hand, recoup a bunch of life. Beautiful. So now we are at 22, and now we have one more piece to sacrifice here, the human token, and now we can sacrifice that to get a Shadowborn Apostle, play, and so on and so forth. GG. We are ready to play against Prosper Tomebound, and usually a very interactive matchup from the opponent's side, and that is usually bad for us. We're on the play with 5 Shadowborn Apostles and 2 lands, so draw a land, draw an Apostle, and we're ready to go for the turn 5 kill. Well, what did you expect, opponent? Huh? What did you expect? Okay, we need to top deck 2 Apostles now. Maybe a value engine would be nice. We're just going to deal a ton of damage to ourselves, really. I think with this land in hand, I am fine just running the Jerren into removal. Electrosec Blast, yep. And I do believe this is a nightmare matchup for us. Basically. Oh god. Yep, and we're basically blank. Let's see. Something like a Stroke of Luck could enable us to draw a bunch of cards. Yep, sure, Electrostatic Blast. Take the land drop from hand. And then drawing. And then if they have the land drop from hand, they can Fell Grasp one of the Shadowborn Apostles. Ah, they played the mountain, so they don't have that. Maybe unlicensed hers. Stops some things, but I don't think that's too relevant. Like, it stops the echoing return life gain, but we honestly have other problems right now. Also, this opponent is probably not going to pressure our life total too soon, so like we don't need the echoing return. If they wipe the board, I think we can scoop it up. Sure, Demon Bull on Jerren. And I'm kind of fine, because like, we need to draw a bunch of cards, and statistically we're... Oh yeah, we can just scoop to that. They're just going to ping down one Shadowborn Apostle each turn. Yeah, GG. We are ready to play against Massacre Girl, and I feel like somebody just was tired of seeing all the Shadowborn Apostles decks. What we are trying to do here now is hope they don't have ramp. Hope we draw our cards in time. They are a Shadowborn Apostle deck too, and they play Massacre Girl as their commander. I assume that's so they are... This is basically a commander tech for the mirror match with the Shadowborn. Like, if they're losing with their Apostles, they can just have this oh shit button and then equalize, I assume. Okay, so Shadowborn Apostles first, not the Jerren. Because then we can activate Shadowborn Apostles next turn if we don't draw land, and like if we need to, basically, if we need to. Okay, are they going to play a couple of Shadowborn Apostles? Jerren enters. I mean, we're just going to go for the kill next turn. We're just going to do it. Can't stop us. Apostle, and nah, damn it. So what now happens is they're going to fetch a demon that board wipes us, and we can't win from this point. And we really needed to draw the land there to, in response, yeah, there it is, Archfiend of Sorrows. We really needed to draw the land here to activate Apostles. Maybe it was just correct to not activate in case they were holding it back to make that exact play. Yeah, GG. We are ready to play against the Talpa Primal Dawn, and if I were to guess, this is probably a very horrendous matchup, because I assume this is just mono white board white tribal with the commander being indestructible. And that could end up very, very badly for us. Oh, hallelujah! I mean, kind of annoying, really. But I think we want the land drops here with the Wickerwing Effigy in hand. Okay. Shadowborn Apostles, get out. And the interesting is, like, now, I mean, maybe it was just correct to keep the Shadowborn Apostle just to guarantee the Apostle activation, but like, if they board wipe us, then we're in trouble anyways, right? Because, yeah, we are just in trouble anyways, because that also board wipes the Razaketh, right? So Jerren comes out to play, Shadowborn Apostle, no attacks, and we have lethal next turn here. Interesting. When did we lose so much life? Oh yeah, we lost 4 life to the Stroke of Luck and then 1 left to the Jerren. Yeah. So, again, the board wipe would be pretty annoying. I mean, there's kind of nothing we can do about that, right? Heliod Synchron, and yet is in fact lethal. Nice. They attack you with a wand, we're going to block with a human. just to preserve the life. Okay. Do like that. And don't make our land drop. Pretty important here. That is more mana with the Phyrexian Tower. Shadowborn Apostle. Go down to 14 life. Razaketh. Now Razaketh activates. Get a Dark Ritual. So, and a Pitiless Plunderer. So we get Dark Ritual first instead of Tower in this line because Dark Ritual gets us to 4 mana without sacrificing a creature. And then we can now search for the tower, right? And then with the tower we are actually able to where is it? Phyrexian Tower. We're getting 1 additional mana from the Pitiless Plunderer here. So get mana. Yep. So now is an in-between step. I think we are supposed to... Yeah, we definitely grab the Echoing Return. Oh no. Did we mess it up? Did we mess it up? No, we didn't. Okay, so we play a Shadowborn Apostle, right? We sacrifice that 1 Shadowborn. Do we sacrifice it? Thinking. I think we do. Because it's going to recup the life in a second. Oh, and they just scoop it up. Yeah, we're kind of dancing around here with the life total, but the line was now grab the March with that, activate the Echoing Return, and I'm just wondering what I want to point the March at, basically. But we can also just point the March at the Razaketh with 7, and gaining the 7 life is enough here. GG. We are ready to play against Taborax Hope's Demise, the other Shadowborn Apostles deck. Well, the big one, honestly. That's what everybody is doing, right? So the point here is that, you know, whenever a Shadowborn Apostle dies under Taborax, oh, that is trouble. I think we can't beat that, like, at all. I mean, let's try, right? But anyways, if they sacrifice a Shadowborn Apostle with this on the field, they also get to draw a card, lose 1 life, put a counter on it, and if this has 5 or more counters, they the Taborax has lifelink. If near Deadlands, interesting. Shadowborn Apostle, Shadowborn Apostle, Shadowborn Apostle. And then if they remove 1 Apostle, we still have our Razaketh ready to go to block the Taborax, which I believe to be important. Shadowborn Apostle, and I think they just want to sacrifice 2 Apostles to keep off of 6 Apostles, right? Yeah, and then, oh wow, this is beautiful. Because not only do we sacrifice those, but they also activate the diff near Deadlands. It's just worse. It is just worse. Okay, great, amazing. Yeah, because with this on the stack, they're just going to sacrifice the Priest of Forgotten God. They didn't. Now we have a window to activate Shadowborn Apostles. Great, beautiful, amazing. Yeah, because now they can't, like, they needed to kill an Apostle with the last Apostle being on the stack. Now, in response to them doing anything, we can just activate Apostles. Yeah, sure. And if they attack with Taborax, we just... Oh no, we lose because they can activate the Priest of Forgotten Gods. Yeah. Anyways, GG. We are ready to play against Taborax Hope's Demise. Didn't we just play against that person? Didn't we? just... Ah, no, we didn't. Interesting. Anyways, do we keep the Duress? Potentially, yes, we're on the play, and this can grab something like a mirror box out of their hand. Something... There is the mirror box, a very threatening card. Legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control, and then like, a lot of text that doesn't matter, and then the last line is each non-token creature you control gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control that has the same name. We're not playing this because we're very all-in on the combo in this version. But we can also just take the sign button now. We're just taking the mirror box, we just want to be safe. Yeah, and now... Oh, wow. Let's just play 2 Apostles, because optimally we want to name Apostles with this, and because we only need 1 more Swamp, right? So if we draw a Swamp, we're very happy that we are not picking Swamps with a stroke of luck. Okay, so this is a very telegraphed... Ah, yes, we are in fact, as a matter of fact, very happy. And we're going to play the Jerren here so we can block their Shadowborn Apostles here. And that is the current plan. They play Tabaraks, they attack, and I think we are just supposed to block. Okay. Nice, nice. So we're going to play up the Shadowborn Apostles, because if we top deck, the chance is around 50%. And if we top deck an Apostle, that is just basically exactly lethal. Sign in Blood, sure. Okay. Top deck a land, we can at least activate the Shadowborn Apostles here. Okay, they attack with Tabaraks. They're thinking about sacrificing Shadowborn Apostles at instant speed with some sacrifice effect. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Shadowborn Apostle. And now we go for the combo. We haven't made a land drop yet. Very important to note. And we do actually need to go for the full line here. Yep. Sure, sure. Razaketh. And 6 life to search the pieces here. 8 life, 10 life. Yeah, it's gonna get close actually. And since they might have a sacrifice effect, we could potentially point the march at our own creature if we have enough fodder. No, we're pointing at our own Razaketh. The reason is that if they sacrifice their card in response, we're just going to not gain the life with the march. So Pitiless Plunderer. We grab a Phyrexian Tower. Or do we? Do we now? Wait. So let's just grab the cards we definitely need, and then we can think, right? No, I think we might want to have a yeah, if we grab a Blood Artist now, we can do an cute in between step here, because Blood Artist, and then we recoup 1 life with each of these humans. Like, it only costs us 1 life now, so we go Blood Artist now. Drain, gain. Drain and gain, drain and gain. So we now search for a Apostle, potentially? I mean, we need the march for sure, right? Yeah, but I believe this needs to get an Apostle. Okay, I can return March. So now we have enough life to, yep, get to an Apostle. Yep. Because otherwise we're not going to have enough creatures to sacrifice. Okay. We get the life back here. Yep, beautiful. And Razaketh grabs us. I would argue another black card, another Apostle. But like, we Echoing Return. Return all of these. And we are just going to, I think we keep one Apostle, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. 16 point at this. Oh no, it's 14. But I think we're also fine if we just do 10 anyways, or 12, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. So we pointed out our own creature. Because otherwise they can sacrifice their creature in response, just fade the effect, and then we are in big trouble, right? Okay, now we're up to 14. We get our treasure from the Pitiless Plunderer, and now we can go with the Shadowborn Apostle. And yeah, I'm still like working on optimizing the lines, but this seemed like a pretty good line here, honestly. Yeah, because now like they're just going, every Apostle we play drains them for 2, and is going to drain us for drains them for 4, and is going to drain us for 1 after we're finished with them effectively. So now this searches for our Bastion of Remembrance. And the Bastion entering creates another token, which is pretty great. Yep, drain you. We could have went with one more exile, 14 here. And we are going to grab, why are you here? A Phyrexian Tower, perfect. Okay, do this. Tower, mana. Yep. We could add another drain effect to always go up in mana at this up in life at this point, because we're going down 1 life here. But I just don't think it is necessary at this point. I just don't believe that is again just necessary at all. So Apostle, yeah, and they see the writing on the wall. GG. We are done with the games. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did. And yeah, Jerren Corrupted Bishop, Shadowborn Apostles is a pretty fun, although a bit linear deck in Historic Brawl. Is it the best version of Shadowborn Apostle? I am not sure. It's very matchup dependent. Well, probably it is not the best version of it, right? Like the all-round version. Like, you're very dependent on activating Shadowborn Apostle. The other versions of Shadowborn Apostles are less dependent on activating it, and they're usually winning anyways if they manage to activate the Shadowborn Apostles. But here's the big but. This version plays way more Shadowborn Apostle than the usual deck. Like I think a lot of people I've seen play like 30, and then they use Tabarak's ability to just draw into the more and more Apostles and get to them this way. This deck kind of naturally has to get there by just drawing more Apostles, right? If you want to play this deck on a budget, right? It is there are some, you know, cards that you can just replace with Shadowborn Apostles, and then there are just some cards that you can't replace at all. So the cards that are important to the combo: Phyrexian Tower, Razaketh, right? I'm just going to put these here that we absolutely need for the combo. We need a March of Wretched Sorrow, we need a Mox Amber, and we need a Dark Ritual. So if you look at the deck, like from what you need, we need the Commander, that's a Mythic. You need another Mythic and Mox, and Razaketh 3 Mythics, and 3 Rares. That is all you need for Rare and Mythic wildcards, so that is a pretty cheap deck. Then for the rest of the cards, these are just like better swamps, basically, right? That's why they're in here. A card, for it to be put into this deck, I would want to draw it over a Shadowborn Apostle, right? And Sign of Blood, Sign and Blood, and like so you've seen what Stroke of Luck can do in this deck, right? But Sign and Blood, drawing 2 cards, on average, this is actually going to draw us 1 apostle. Like basically half our deck is apostles, and then it's going to draw us another land. And you see, like, card quantity is actually pretty important in this deck. Inquisition and Thoughtseize, just to stop their interaction a bit, right? Wickerwing Effigy is able to gain a bunch of value by playing apostles off the top. Maze my top. The thought behind this is it can get us a bit of life and draw us cards, but maybe we want to play this instead of a Shadowborn Apostle. And Phyrexian Arena also being able to draw us a bunch of cards in like a bit of a grindy matchup. But like maybe this is also just supposed to be a Shadowborn Apostle. Vanquisher's banner though, that if we get it down as a plan B, it is going to get insane, because we play Shadowborn Apostles, we draw a card, and then we have a 50% of chance of doing it again, because drawing an Apostle, draw like play it, draw a card, and so on and so forth, right? So Vanquisher's banner has the potential to just take over the game on its own. And honestly, if you just play out 41 somebody is going to die eventually anyways. Yeah. If you don't own any of these cards, either replace them with lands or just straight up Shadowborn Apostles. I think that is just the most optimal thing to do. If you enjoyed this deck, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow with Go Shintai. Enjoy your evening.